Check 1 2, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Check 1 2, mic check.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup semifinals. Game 5 between the Washington Wetbacks taking on the Dorea Asylum Re-Habs. We are tied at 2 games apiece. Let's get down the ice, get this Game 5 underway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Dorea Asylum here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Nathan McKinnon and Bo Horvath will take the face-off. Let's get Game 5 underway. Face-off won by Washington. Boldy shot is blocked, taken by Panarin. Sent for Yossi. Yossi neutral zone, turns it over, but Washington has to touch up. Pass up for Lane Hudson. Hudson. Hit off, taken by McKinnon. Alvarez kept in though by Keller. Up. The Washington shot is saved and goes wide. Kept in though by the Wetbacks. Foul for his Panarin. Gets it for Yossi. Delayed call on Washington. Power play for the Rehabs. Early here, no touch up. Cross-checking is going to be the call on Matt Boldy. Very innocent looking. Oh, that's the one the one that phased through his entire body. That killed the man. It sliced him in half. Like Resident Evil 1 with the fucking laser blades. With the laser blades. Razor blades. Nico Heischer and Protoss take the face-off. Power play for the Rehabs early here in the first. Face-off won by the Rehabs. Jones. Jones broken up, taken by Coulier, and he'll dump it out despite having a good short-handed look. Up for Tuck. 1.5 left here in the power play. Turned over, taken by Sanderson, and he will clear it the length of the ice. Picked up by Falk. 1:15 left in the power play. No shots yet for the Rehabs. And Washington will clear it out again. 1 minute left in the man advantage. Yossi up for Carlson. Up for Heischer. Sally Ford in the corner. Back to Falk. Falk takes a shot. Goes wide. Taken by Sanderson. 30 seconds left in the power play. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Gets it for Seth Jones. 20 seconds left. Sanderson up for Lacombe. And he'll clear it out. And that will do it for the power play. Rehabs 0 for 1 early here in the first. We skate 5-on-5. Only one shot on the power play. I'm sorry, one shot, no shots on the power play. That one shot was Washington. I'm reading the wrong damn board. In the zone comes Sanderson. Sanderson for Coulier. Coulier shot. Saved Bobrovsky. Valley Fortis Protoss in the corner. Kicks it out and taken by Schmaltz. Battle for the puck won by Jones. Sends it up for Sidney Crosby. Crosby for Heischer. Heischer takes a shot. Blocker save Hellebuck. Sent up for Boldy. Boldy out the box. He gets it in the zone. Trying to cut through 4 Rehab skaters there. In the zone's Protas. Turned over by the Rehabs. Up the other way comes Heischer. He'll dump it in. Picked up by Schmaltz. Tired legs out there for the Rehabs. Tired legs for Washington as well. Both teams looking for a change. Sanderson will carry it in, but turned over at center ice. Taken by Crosby. Turned over again. Taken by Coulier. Everybody out here skating in sludge. Everybody's tired. No one able to change. Protas in the zone. Playing swords out there. Sergachev sends it up for Heischer. Heischer is exhausted. Both teams looking for a whistle, and they're going to get it from Hallebuck. 9:27 left here in the first. Still no score. McKinnon and Thompson will take the faceoff back in the Washington zone. And it's won by the Rehabs. Yossi, pass doesn't get through to McKinnon. And they'll have to touch up. Foul for neutral zone, won by Hudson. Hudson gains the zone, but he's poked off by Dobson. Dobson fighting for it in the boards. Recovered by Yossi. Robin Yossi will skate it in. He's hit off. Thompson sends it around the net. Excuse me. Bouchard will go ahead and dump it in. It's picked up by Yossi. Up for McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon up for Mitch Marner. In with Panarin. But unable to get anything off. Taken by Hudson. Up for Tkachuk. Hit and recovered by Bouchard. Long lead pass for Thompson. Tage Thompson will gain the zone. Looking for a pass, is not going to get it. Battle in the corner, won by the Rehabs. Shot goes wide, taken by Slavkovsky, up for Yossi. Excuse me. Wow. Bouchard up for Keller. Keller, neutral zone, he'll carry it in. He's poked but recovers. Unable to get the centering pass, comes out, taken by Zivinejad. He'll dump it in. The Rehabs will give chase. Not going to win the race. Oh, but Hudson hit hard. Puck comes out to Jarvis. Up for Ehlers. Ehlers unable to get anything going. Battling for it. It's won by Tuck. Tuck will gain the zone. Takes a shot and saves Hellebuck. Lacombe up for Jarvis. Jarvis absolutely exhausted. Takes a big shot though, saved Bobrovsky. Pass in front of the net, recovered by Yossi. Yossi up for Slavkovsky. Takes a shot, rebound picked up by Washington. Slavkovsky for Tuck, for McKinnon, shot up front. Save rebound, he scores! Slavkovsky had about the length of a gnat's dick there. Was able to sneak it in sharp angle. There's absolutely no room. Slaps it off the side of Hellebuck and it just sneaks in. Very lucky goal there for Slavkovsky. Hellebuck unable to really hug the post there. And just like that, the Rehabs here at home take a 1-0 lead late here in the first period. Panarin looking for one more shot. Is he going to get it? Another sharp angle, but no, he's checked. And that's going to do it here for the first period. The Dorea Asylum Rehabs go up by 1 late here in the first. You're watching the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup semifinals live here on youtube.com/DimesacUVU. And we'll be right back with the start of the second period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's take a look at the stats of the first period. It's been all Dorea Asylum all day, except for time on attack. Slightly going to Washington. Dorea Asylum up 1-0. Let's get back down the ice. Get second period underway. We're back here at the Dorea Asylum here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Bo Horvat, Nathan McKinnon will take the faceoff at center ice. Get the second period underway. Faceoff won by Washington. Bouchard for Boldy, up for Hudson. Hudson in the zone. Tries to make a move and take a shot, but not gonna get it. Marner up to the neutral zone, but taken by Washington. Bouchard up for Horvat. Horvat for Keller. Keller tripped up, and Washington will go to the power play. Tripping is going to be the call on Yossi. First power play for the Wetbacks here in Game 5. They trail by 1. It's going to be Heischer and Tage Thompson going to take the face-off. Face-off won, though, by the Rehab. Sergachev. They'll go ahead and clear it up like that. Was almost on net. Someone broke their stick. I think that was probably the Rehab skater who fucking cleared it with all his might. Now they cleared again with 1:20 left here in the power play. Up for Thompson. No shots yet for the Wetbacks. Jarvis up for Tkachuk. One-time blast, shoots, he scores! Tage Thompson on the power play to tie this game up at 1. Washington must have ran some power play drills after Game 4, where they went 0 for 4 and couldn't score 6 on 4 with a minute and a half left in the third. They're off to a good start here tonight, 1 for 1 on the power play to tie this game up at 1 early here in the second period. McKinnon and Thompson will take the faceoff at center ice. Game tied at 1. It is won by the Wetbacks. Dunn up for Seth Jarvis. Jarvis poked off by Yossi. Sent up for Panarin. Panarin for McKinnon, but turned over, taken by Tkachuk. Fell for a neutral zone. It's won by McKinnon. McKinnon poked off, though. Up for Sanderson, up for Thompson. Kept in, though, by Tkachuk, but mountain of bodies. Everybody fell over. Thompson up for McCann. They stay on side and dump it in. That might have been a shot on net, but it just wasn't much on it. Yossi up for McKinnon, neutral zone. He will carry it in. Shot is saved by Hellebuck. Back to play for Jones. Jones takes a big shot, and Hellebuck will hold on. 14:34 remains here in the second period. Score tied at 1. Crosby and Horvat will take the faceoff. Faceoff won by the Wetbacks. Lacombe sends it up for Boldy. Boldy, unable to do anything with it. It's taken by Crosby. Crosby for Sergachev. Jones, he's hunted down and kept in by Horvat. Centering pass. Shot goes wide, but kept in by Lacombe. Back for Horvat. Backhand shot through traffic. Carlson for Sergachev for Jones. Neil Carlson takes a big slap shot. Puck in the air. Almost dribbles in. Net empty. Oh, and Hellebuck gets back. Washington caught a huge break there. Hellebuck flopping around and way out of the net. Open net for a good minute there. In the zone come the Rehabs. It's another by Lacombe shot. It saved Hellebuck. Lacombe up for Protas. Able to get past the defender. Pass behind for Coulier. Covered though by Crosby. Sends it up for Barzal. Shot nothing much on the rebound. Picked up by Washington. Up for Sanderson. Gets it for Coulier. Coulier's pass goes behind the net and taken by the Rehabs. Barzal Barzal will dump and they'll give chase. Harley puck loose up front. Barely recovered by Cross. Cross for Coulier. Coulier will gain the zone. Looking for Protas. Protas takes the shot. He scores! Protas in the slot from Coulier and Kraus halfway through the second period here to send Washington up by 1. Protas all alone in the slot. Gets it just over the glove of Bobrovsky. Look at that. Beautiful shot by Protas. And just like that, Washington takes the lead. More than halfway here through the second period. It's going to be Hischier and McCann taking the faceoff. And it is won by the Wetbacks. Hudson up for Ehlers. Unable to do anything with it. It's taken by Schaefer, but recovered by Ehlers. Unable to get the shot. It's recovered by the Rehabs. The other way comes Nico Hischier. Hischier's check. Taken by Lane Hudson. Hudson unable to hold on to it, but gets it back for McCann. McCann for Ehlers. Ehlers back to Hudson. Hudson checked at the neutral zones. Taken by Slavkovsky for Schmaltz. In the zone come the Rehabs. Slavkovsky looking for a shot. Unable to pull the trigger. Now for Schmaltz. Shot up front. Save Hellebuck. 4:44 left here in the second. Washington up by 1. This is a huge pivotal game for both teams. Series 2 games apiece. The winner of Game 5 when tied usually wins the series. One-time blast is blocked and goes wide, recovered by McKinnon. McKinnon looking for the shot himself. McKinnon's shot saved Hellebuck. Taken by Boldy. Boldy will clear it out. And that's going to go for icing. No icing, excuse me. Not enough on it. Recovered though by Panarin. Panarin pinched into the boards. Gets it up for McKinnon. McKinnon in, gets it for Marner. Marner in with McKinnon. Centering pass for McKinnon's broken up. Taken by Bo Horvat. Covered though by Marner, back for McKinnon. McKinnon for Panarin. Panarin shot! Saved by Hellebuck, and he'll get a whistle. 1:55 left here in the second. Washington up by 1. If time permits, and depending the outcome of the next game, the semifinals will conclude tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll see if we need one game, or we'll need at least 2 games tomorrow. I know that for sure. We need up to 2 to possibly 4 games tomorrow. But we will conclude our Game 5s here tonight. Out of front, saved by Hellebuck. He's going to hold on. One team will face elimination tomorrow in this series. Will it be the Rehabs? Will it be the Wetbacks? We'll see. 7 seconds left here in the second. Taken by Meyer. He gets it up for Harley. 2 seconds left. Harley needs to put it on. He's not going to get it. And that's going to do it here for the second period. Your Washington Wetbacks go up 2-1 here in the second period in this huge pivotal Game 5. You are watching the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup semifinals live here on youtube.com/DimesTagUVU, and we'll be right back after these messages.
the punk rock show?
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
I knew it wasn't Twain or Fletcher who put up the barricades like a stake in the heart. Somehow we got driven apart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's take a look at the stats through 2 periods. Dorea Asylum out shooting the Wetbacks 16-7. Hits going 27-20 for the Dorea Asylum. Time on attack just about even. Faceoffs going to Dorea Asylum, but the Wetbacks lead 2-1 despite only having 7 shots on goal. Bobrovsky with only 5 saves. Let's see what happens. Let's head down the ice to start the 3rd period. We're live here at the Dorea Asylum here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Nathan McKinnon, Bo Horvat will take the faceoff at center ice. Huge game 5 here. Let's get it going. Underway. Faceoff won by the Wetbacks, but turned over. Dobson for McKinnon. McKinnon hit hard into the boards by 2 Washington skaters. Panarin's coming in hot. Panarin turns it over to Raymond, taken by Hudson, up for Keller. Keller for Horvat. Horvat gained the zone, but struggling. It's taken by Marner, up for McKinnon. McKinnon for Panarin. Panarin mishandles, but gets to McKinnon. McKinnon unable to pull the trigger. And Hellebuck will hold on. 17:57 left here in the 3rd. Shot 17-7 for the Rehabs. The Rehabs trail by 1. Depending on the outcome of this game, I think Hellebuck deserves a little bit of recognition, keeping his team in this game. Connor Hellebuck has historically been one of the better goaltenders in the COVID Cup. I believe he has like 3 COVID Cups already. Face-off won by the Rehabs. Dobson. Battle for it in front of the net. Hellebuck's going to hold on. As soon as I start to praise him, I know he'll get fucking scored on. So let me not curse greatest American goaltender besides Jonathan Quick. Crosby and Horvat will take the face-off. Face-off won by the Wetbacks. Hudson. Hudson gets it up to the neutral zone for Boldy. Boldy unable to gain the zone. It's taken by the Rehabs. Carlson. Carlson up for Sidney Crosby. Crosby out here crossing fools up. But recovered by Washington. Almost a bad pass up front. Horvat needs to hurry. Recovered by Bouchard. Taken by Clayton Keller. Keller for Boldy. Boldy in the zone with Horvat. Takes a shot just to get rid of it. Pinched in the boards. Recovered by Dobson. Alec Tuck. Neutral zone gets it up for Roman Yossi. Yossi's pass broken up by Horvat, but up for McCann. McCann in with full energy. Pass broken up by Carlson. Sent up for Schaefer. Schaefer for Yossi. Up for Alec Tuck, and he's hit hard, but recovered by Schaefer. Schaefer neutral zone, gives it for Crosby. Crosby gains his own. Crosby takes a shot, it's blocked, and goes wide. Leo Carlson fighting for it. Lacombe up for Jarvis. Up for McCann. McCann takes a shot. Gavrowski goes down. No. Carlson, right place, right time there. Gavrowski down and out. Barzal behind the net, gets hit hard, but recovered by Carlson. Carlson looking for a pass, pinched into the boards. It's recovered by Lacombe. Lacombe for Harley. Harley, pass up for Jarvis. Up for McCann. McCann takes a shot, saved Gavrowski. Pass back to the point for Lacombe. Ehlers battling for it. Loses it to Schmaltz. Schmaltz for Falk. Falk for Barzal. Poked off, recovered by Ehlers. Ehlers for McCann. McCann tired out there. Lazy shot, but he recovers. Back to the point for Lacombe. Lacombe takes a shot. Rebound goes wide. And the other way come the Rehabs. Back for Barzal. Shot. Glove down by Hellebuck, and he's going to hold on. With 9:11 left here in the third, somebody call George Bush. Bobrovsky with the save with his skate. Did you see that? Let's see if we get... Oh, I don't think we're going to get another angle of it. But wow, Bobrovsky went down, put his foot up, saved it with his skate. Face off won by the Rehabs. Back for Jones. Jones takes the shot through traffic. Rebound. Shot off the post. Full pressure for the Rehabs. And Hellebuck wisely holds on to that. Hellebuck absolutely gassed. 8:19 left here in the third. Huge face-off coming here for the Rehabs with full pressure. Goaltender tired. And wow, he's sure point-blank range. Hits the post. Almost tied it up here in the third period. It's going to be McKinnon and Protas first line versus the fourth line. Face-off won by the Rehabs. Out for Sanderson. Krause battling for it in the boards. It's kicked out. Recovered by the Rehabs. Panarin up front for McKinnon. McKinnon unable to pull the trigger. Taken by Protas. Protas for Dunn. Washington needs to get it out. And that'll do it for the pressure. Coulier. Coulier takes a big slap shot. It's blocked and goes wide. The other way come the Rehabs. Mitch Marner in with McKinnon. Up front shot. Saved by Hellebuck. 5:52 left here in the third. Rehabs have faced this before here at home. And were able to come back with a late goal to tie it up in the third, and then a quick one in overtime. Face-off won by the Rehabs. Jones unable to get the shot. The other way comes Keller. Broken up, taken by Panarin. For Sergachev, for Jones. Sends it up for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon, he's poked up, but recovers the puck. Tries to kick it out, but gets to Dobson. Dobson takes a shot, save, Hellebuck. McKinnon putting in work here. Sergachev unable to pull the trigger taken by Hudson for Horvat. Sent up for Clayton Keller. Keller will gain the zone, but broken up, taken by Sergachev. Up for Hischier. 3 minutes left. Rehabs need one to tie it. Alec Tuck takes a shot, and Hellebuck will hold on. 2:32 left here in the third period. Washington up by 1. Face off back in the Washington zone. Going to be Hischier and Thompson. Face off won by the Rehab. Schaefer unable to pull the trigger. Kept it by Slavkovsky for Falk. Unable to get the shot. 2 minutes left. Lane Hudson. He'll gain the zone in with numbers. But turned over, taken by Schmaltz. 1.5 left. Slavkovsky. He'll gain the zone in with numbers. Takes a shot. Saved Hellebuck. And recovered by Slavkovsky. 1 minute left. Schaefer mishandled for Falk. Falk, big slap shot. And held on to by Hellebuck. Now, if I was playing this game, the AI does not call timeouts. I don't know why. I would take a timeout right now. Schaefer takes a shot. Save Hellebuck for Lacombe. Comes all the way out. That's going to go for icing. So Washington cannot change with 41 seconds left here in the third. Rehab's down by 1. Washington clutching to a 1-goal lead. Situation no stranger for the Rehabs. Face off won though by Washington. Lacombe. Net empty to our right. Looking to get rid of it. Shot goes wide. Picked up by Falk. 30 seconds left. The other way come the Rehabs. Sidney Crosby. 30 pass shot. Saved by Hellebuck with 24.4 left. This face-off will be huge. Net empty to our right. The Wetbacks clutching to a 1-goal lead. Rehab's looking to tie it up. Face-off 1-0 by the Wetbacks. For Sanderson. Up for Brady Tkachuk. Net empty. And he buries it. Brady Tkachuk from the blue line on the empty net. And the Washington Wetbacks will take a 3-2 lead here in the semifinals. The Cinderella story continues. Who would have thought in a million years that the Washington Wetbacks would have the Dorea Asylum Rehabs on the ropes this hard? The series is not over by a fucking long shot. We're going to be back in Washington tomorrow with the Rehabs facing elimination. I see this going to 7 games, but they have 17 seconds for 2 goals. I doubt that's going to happen, but we'll see. Face-off won by Washington. Now it's definitely not going to happen. Jarvis back for Dunn. Up for Thompson. The other way comes McKinnon with 10 seconds left. Net empty to our right. Pass broken up. Net empty. Can chuck it another way. He's not going to get it. And that is going to do it. The Washington Wetbacks, the ultimate underdog story, now have the Marcy Cup champions on the ropes. 3-2. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup semifinals. And we'll be back in just a few minutes for Game 5 of the Anaheim Fucks taking on the LA Twisted Wristers. LA facing elimination. Can Anaheim win it at home, or will we go back to LA for Game 6 tomorrow? We're going to find out in a little bit. But as for this one, the Washington Wetbacks with a huge lead in this series. Can they clinch it tomorrow? We'll find out. My name is Ricky Styles. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, Dante, I'm just going to pack that bowl. We're out. Peace. Yeah, no fucking shit.